It's a rainy out-of-season afternoon when Michaela Jaé Rodriguez crashes into a Pasadena restaurant. She was armed with just the essentials: large black and white umbrella, cell phone, a tube of Charlotte Tilbury Refresh Rose lip gloss and rattail comb to smooth her long hair. The weather is perfect metaphor for the storm for trans community, with many Republican-led states now proposing anti-LGBTQ legislation, from laws restricting drag performances to bills that would ban gender-affirming treatments for children under 18 years old. Rodriguez, 32, became one of leading activists after her debut on Hollywood stage with Pose, becoming first transgender actress to win a Golden Globe and first Emmy nominee in lead category for his community. And she had grown too accustomed to elbowing a job that was largely inaccessible to people like herself. "I grew up in a loving family, but getting into the industry is another bull," Rodriguez says, reflecting on those early days. "And as one of the first trans women to arrive, there is a lot of pressure I didn't know I had at the beginning my career." In the media space, too, the trans community has vocal critics, most notably Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling. In a recent podcast series, Rowling has framed her controversial position on people and trans rights by comparing them to the Death Eaters, a group of radical evil wizards that some activists created for their books. Death Eaters said, "We were made to live in secret, and now is our time," Rowling said. "And anyone who stands in our way must be destroyed. If you disagree with us, you must die." They demonize and dehumanize those who are not like them. When Rowling's name is mentioned, Rodriguez pauses to sip her steaming hot matcha latte. She heard the podcast and says she's no longer impressed with Rowling. Rodriguez separated art from artist a long time ago. A childhood memory that we all grasp and don't want to let go. Because of the story, she says. JK. We don't think about it. Rowling, I can promise you. I think of Hermione, Granger, Harry Potter, Ron Weasley, their stupidity growth. Pose ended with great fanfare as Rodriguez turns 30. Previously referred to as MJ by her childhood nickname, the artist began going with her full name Michaela Jaé in 2021, and with the overall name change came a new sense of confidence. MJ was a baby, she says. Michaela turned out to be a full-fledged woman. She's not the little girl who has to put on training wheels. She explains how happy upbringing has made her step into this next chapter of career with new music, plans to start filmmaking, and a second season of Loot on the way. Rodriguez believes that his mother, Audrey, whom he describes as the most influential woman in his life, made him the strong Afro-Latin woman he is today. After the Oscars, Audrey was the date for Michaela's Vanity Fair party. While daughter waits in the long queue on the red carpet to pose in her Versace dress, mother is Tracee Ellis Ross, Michael B. Jordan, Laverne Cox and Newark, New Jersey native Queen Latifah. He's someone who gets me up when I didn't think anyone would, Rodriguez proudly says. She gave so much hope not just to me as a trans woman, but to many women in our family. It's a great honor to see him in this photo. What did it mean for so many high-profile parents of transgender children, from Dwyane Wade and Gabrielle Union Wade Jamie Lee Curtis, to use their platforms support the LGBTQ community? It feels so good to see these high-profile people talk about the political injustices happening around the world. I saw Dwyane and Gabrielle recently and had to personally say, thank you, to them. Because there is a stigma within the African American community. And it's nice to have a black family like theirs talk lovingly about their child, Zaya, and say, I'm here for my kid, and anything that tries to go against him will never succeed. Zaya is the hope and light of many trans youth who will respect her when they reach my age. Which is too young, just for you to know. What was your reaction to JK Rowling's controversial proposal that trans women should not be viewed as women? Some of the things he says don't really surprise me that much. I will always remain a trans woman. I will always call myself a trans woman. I will always refer non-pejoratively to other biological women as cis women. I was raised by a strong black woman, J.K. Rowling was not. What would you say to him if you met him? I would start with something very carefree, just to let know I'm not the wearisome or scary person, because I'm sure there are trances that scare him a little and make feel way. First, girl, tell me, what is tea? Do you really have a trans person in your life that makes you feel a certain way about your femininity? Because I can promise you, there are other trans women who will show you what it's really like to replace us. Because as a cis biological woman I can promise you, just as we will never understand you, neither will you. But we're women, so we have to be there for each other. How did the pose affect your life? It was the beginning of my career as a lead actor. I used to do guest roles when I was younger, and that was okay with me, honey. But Ryan Murphy took initiative to cast a trans woman in the lead, and I'm so glad he gave me chance. The first season was a little tough for me because I was nervous. And when you're young, carrying a show, you don't realize how heavy it is until it's over. About to cry right now because I'm realizing it and so happy to find out. As I moved into season 2 and 3, all I did was grow up and learn more about myself. What drew you to Loot? I remember auditioning for Loot. My manager said, "This could be really good for you. Are you excited for this? Is comedy something you want to do?" And said, "Yes, I want to show my versatility and show people that can do many things, not just one thing." What can we expect to happen to your character in the next season? Sophia is truly exploring her love life. And she loosens her laces a little bit. She's a little starchy, she is very tough and well put together, but very serious. With love coming his way, we see him swinging like a fish, which makes me so happy. It's very funny to me. The show does not reveal whether Sophia is trans or cis. Was this something you discussed with the creators? We did. I didn't want him to be trans or cis. I just wanted it to be a woman climbing the ladder. I wanted to show every little girl in the world that you can be the boss. You just need to see a woman who works hard there. She fights for what she wants, she knows her worth, she. You are also the face of Charlotte Tilbury and a model for Calvin Klein. What was it like to enter the world of beauty and fashion? This means that the world is changing and opportunities we thought we would never see are starting to bear fruit. It also means that we are no longer disposable. I wish there were more trans women taking advantage of these opportunities, but I'm also very happy that some of my other sisters like Laverne Cox and Yasmin Finney, Kim Petras, Hunter Schafer and India Moore are the girls who will. You said you wanted to be the next Lara Croft. Is this true? Now I want to tackle a role like Lara Croft, while also being able to do stunts. If there's a gun involved, pull gun and shoot the bad guy and shoot from air. I would love to do this because I have the toughness and sexy charm to make people love her. If not, I'd also love to be Lara Croft's right-hand man, and he's also right next to killing her. Or if Angelina decides to come back as Lara and says, "Listen, this is my girl." What is your message to young trans people? I appeal to all human youth, straight, trans, gay, lesbian, bi, gender non-conforming, intersectional, asexual, all of you, every young person in the world with a mind of their own, who knows how to approach conflict with kindness when needed. Keep doing it with grace. Keep doing it with love. Never stop your motivation, your drive to change the world and change people's hearts. Please do not be in fear. Be you. Work as hard as you can. If you have parents who don't understand, do your best to help them understand where you come from. And if you can't and it gets to a difficult point, find a family that will understand. Congratulations to the parents who got the job done. Keep raising these beautiful, wonderful kids, because guess what, they're going to be like me, Laverne Cox and all the other wonderful people who are exemplary. And especially to my black families out there. I know we have a lot to learn when it comes to us as marginalized people. And I know that hurt people hurt people. But it's time we got rid of it because now we are all under attack. Trans people who are black people, so you have to show us your love because we under attack. After a fight, the answer is love. Style Daniel Brown, single set design Peter Garrick, makeup Etienne Ortega, single agency, hair time Wallace brain management, manicure Emmy Kudo frame look 1 top, leggings and skirt Valentino, shoe, Nalib,